What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kthulhu, and today while I was scrolling on the internet, I saw a creator getting absolutely dragged. Now, I don't know who this creator is, so I decided to do a little bit of digging and see what was up with him. Now, it is kind of a tragic story, but then any shred of sympathy that you may feel will evaporate in a heartbeat. Now, before we get into it, if you end up liking the video, go ahead, like and subscribe because it would help me a ton, and leave me a comment down below on what you think I should talk about next. The content creator that I saw getting absolutely Mike Tyson comboed in the quote tweets and in the comments goes by the name of Chibi Reviews. Now, if you're like me and you don't know who Chibi Reviews is, let me give you a little bit of a summary.
This nigga is a fucking pedophile! Who's next, huh? You gonna try and groom me next?
Okay, that was a joke. Partially, kinda. You'll see more about why I'm saying this. Chibi Reviews is a YouTuber who built up a following reviewing anime type games, and some more spicier content, if you're catching my drift. From what I've gathered, he was a pretty beloved creator, until he took a couple of turns that got him into some hot water, which we'll go into a little bit later on. But currently, he's going through a bit of a crisis. Chibi uploaded a video titled I Lost Everything, where he goes into detail about how his fiance cheated on him with his best friend, and how he lost his entire friend group basically overnight. He then proceeds to talk about how he almost drank himself to death and how it just got really bad, which honestly, if you're any regular person, you hear this and you're like, wow, that's terrible. I feel so bad for him. But then you go to Twitter and you go to social media and you see this man getting absolutely dogpiled on. Like at this point, you would have thought that Twitter was prime Shaq the way that they were straight dunking on him. So at this point, this piques my interest because I'm like, how can somebody be going through such a terrible time and all these people rejoicing? Like, I know that the internet is a wild place and people are very spiteful, but like, it can't be that bad, can it? Newsflash, it was indeed that bad. Because I started to do a little bit of a digging on him and I realized he might not be a great person. Now, as I was saying earlier, he's been into a couple of controversies. Some of these are allegations, and then some of them are factually backed by him. So for the first allegations, there are some claims going around saying that he's racist. Now let's be honest, in the anime space, this isn't unique, we've seen it time and time again. But what brought this upon him specifically is the fact that a Twitter user had made a recreation of Ken Takakura from Dandadan, and they made him black, and he retweeted it and just said, yikes. It doesn't really take a rocket scientist to look at that situation and say, ooh, that's not a good look. That kind of paints you as a racist. Now, is he or is he not? I feel like that's up in the air, but I would not be surprised if that were the case. But realistically, that's not even the one that's on my radar. The one that got me to start losing sympathy the more that I started to dig into it is the fact that he is a avid, and I mean a avid, like straight die-hard lolicon defender. If you don't know what lolicon is, first of all, I want to say good job. You are a morally upstanding citizen, so keep the good work up. Lolicon is an adult anime that has child-presenting stars as the forefront. You get what I'm saying? It just feels gross to even say. Now, the defense that most of these degenerates jump to is by saying, oh, but the main character is over 18. Oh, the main character is 1,000+ years old. As if that makes it any less weird. It doesn't, because you could easily go out of your way and find regular adult-presenting adult stuff, but you proceed to go for the ones that look like children, which is just a little bit concerning. And time again, Chibi Review goes out of his way to defend this type of content. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I can feel any sympathy in my soul for somebody who partakes in that kind of behavior. Because dark fantasies are one thing, you know, everybody has something that they're afraid to bring out. They keep that in the corner, locked up. They don't want anybody to know about it. But you are loud and proud about watching it and defending it. And that's absolutely vile to me. I find it absolutely hilarious, the thought process of him trying to defend Lolly and defend incest and all this vile stuff, making videos about it. Meanwhile, his fiance is getting her absolute back blown out by his best friend. And then he proceeds to go to his other friends, telling them about the situation, expecting them to back him up, and they just hit him with the, "See you later, dude." That even goes to show that even his friends were not rocking with him the way that he thought they were rocking with him. So if your friends don't have that sympathy for you, what in the world makes you think the random general public is going to have that same sympathy for you? And the worst part about this situation is not even a week after it, he's back on his same BS. Just yesterday, he dropped a video titled, "Mangadeck's piracy site removes all lolly content because of the UK," as if that's an issue to any regular person. The only person that would even be remotely disturbed by that kind of news is straight degenerates. Instead of sitting there trying to defend and watch lolly, you should have been watching your best friend and focusing on your fiance, and maybe you would have still had her. So to sum this all up, basically, it's a terrible situation that happened to an equally as terrible person, and it ends up being a net positive for the internet. A negative and a negative, you know what they say. And that's pretty much everything about this situation. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch y'all in the next one.